What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Simply Steve, Steven E. However you know me, it's your boy. I'm back. Last week, I didn't have time to do a video, so this week you'll be getting triple, double, or maybe even triple videos this week. Okay. For those of you who do watch, please recommend it to other people. You know, I'm trying to get as many views as I possibly can out of this, so to be known around the YouTube world. Okay? And don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe as well. Alright, so without wasting any more time, let's get straight into the video, guys. Alright, so last week I couldn't do a Monday Night Raw review because the power went out and I only was able to watch the last hour of Raw. Though I was able to call one final thing that happened on that night, which was that Seth Rollins had to defend the United States Championship, because at Night of Champions, every championship is on the line. Which I think is a great concept if you really think about it, because every championship always is out on the line on every pay-per-view. Like, you may not have a Divas match, you may not have a US match. Well, if since Cena's the US champ, you're going to have a Cena match. But before that, you most likely didn't have a US championship match. And if you were lucky, maybe an Intercontinental Championship match, but whatever. So, this week, Raw kicked off with Seth Rollins basically talking about Night of Champions, how he has to defend the title against both Sting and John Cena in 2 different matches. My guess is that Cena and Rollins will open up the match, will open up the pay-per-view, because, you know, it'll give time for Seth Rollins to, you know, relax and get ready for his main event match with Sting. But, you know, Seth Rollins, as he's being nicknamed the Seth Rollins of this, the Shawn Michaels of this era, he can handle it. He is, after all, the man. Because he is Seth freaking Rollins. Anyway, Sting was here tonight on last night on Raw, but he stayed in the back and didn't come out, basically messing with Seth Rollins, saying, come get your statue if you want it. We finally did get to see what it looks like in full view and everything like that, so it was pretty good. Alright, so the first match of the night. Oh wait, sorry. I'm also going to be giving a grade review for each segment / match. And I gave this one a C because basically it was Seth Rollins just promoting Night of Champions. Alright, so the first match of the night was Paige versus Sasha Banks. The match was pretty good. It could have been better, but I gave it a B. I'll be honest with you though, I really didn't. I didn't watch it. I got home from work yesterday, pretty much when Raw was almost over, and I fast forwarded through the match, so I gave it a B. Only because the guy who I saw reviewed it gave it a B. So I'm taking his word for it that it was a pretty good match. Alright, so then we had the Ascension versus Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns. This match was basically to have, because Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose need to win. So, you know, they needed some guys to beat down, and unfortunately, the Ascension had to take it. I mean, it could have been Los Matadores, but, you know, whatever. Yeah, they beat him down, and then basically Bray Wyatt came on the screen and was like, you know, whoever chooses to be partnered with you will be so the same fate as you, yada yada yada. I gave it a B also because, you know, it was just a way for it to build up Roman Reigns into hype for Night of Champions. Alright, so next, Seth Rollins goes to the back, and, you know, he's all worried because he knows Sting's got his statue, and he's like, what do I do? What do I do? So Triple H says, you know what? Since you got 2 matches at a Champions, you got 2 matches tonight. The first one is going to be against Ryback, and the second one is going to be you're going to team with New Day to take on Cena and the Primetime Players. You know, obviously they're building up towards Triple H versus Seth Rollins, and if it's going to happen at WrestleMania, which most likely it will, then that means I can guarantee somewhere down the line Seth Rollins will lose the title. Will it be this pay-per-view coming up, Night of Champions? I'm not sure. Excuse me, I'm not sure, but we can only hope. We can only hope. Anyway, so the match between Ryback and Seth Rollins was actually pretty good. You know, Ryback's on a roll, you know, and, you know, obviously we can tell from Kevin Owens being in the interview with Ryback that they're going to start a feud soon. And whether Ryback wins or not, I'm not sure. But I like Kevin Owens. I do, especially his theme music. I love it. So I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. I know that match will take place at Night of Champions. I do know that. So whether it's SmackDown or Monday Night Raw, it will be made apparent that Kevin Owens will either distract or he will beat down Ryback. Excuse me. Alright, so the match was going back and forth. Everything was going pretty good. Looked like Seth Rollins about to win until Sting came up on the Titantron and distracted Rollins for Ryback to get the pin. I probably would have preferred Ryback to get the shell shock on him, but you know, it's a win's a win. So now, just in case if he ever does lose the Intercontinental Championship to Kevin Owens, you know, he's like, oh wait, remember I defeated the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, so I get opportunity. So the next one was Summer Rae apologizes. This is another segment. I gave this one a D because no one really cares about Summer Rae at all. I mean, she was better at Fandango's dance partner, I'll just say that. But besides that, I mean, it's kind of a shame Lana got hurt. She broke her. Something happened to her wrist. I can't remember at this moment, but she's gonna be out for 4 months, which kind of sucks. That's a long time. I was looking forward to having her first match because we all knew at Night of Champions it was gonna be Rusev and Summer Rae against Lana and Dolph Ziggler, but unfortunately, you know, she got hurt. So I wish her the best of luck. Wish she gets better soon and we will see her sooner rather than later. Alright, so then we had Randy Orton versus Sheamus and the rubber match. The match was pretty good. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing really much you can say about that. I mean, their past matches were like, oh yeah, it's Randy Orton and Sheamus. Okay, sure. But this match is pretty good, hyped up. Win with the RKO out of nowhere. Always pleasant. After the match, Randy Orton got beat down by the Wyatt family because he was talking to Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose before his match. So that means now we can only assume that Randy Orton will team up with Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose to take on the Wyatt family at Night of Champions. Excuse me, guys. I'm kind of drained, tired right now. But yeah. It's actually a good thing because a lot of people have wanted to see Randy Orton take on Bray Wyatt. If we can get a one-on-one match between those guys, that would be pretty good, pretty perfect. So I give that an A because it was pretty good, especially because of the the jump at the end. Alright, so next we had the Dudley Boys versus Los Matadores. Basically just they were there so they could put them through a table. They won the match. El Torito kind of distracted them a little bit to cause Los Matadores to lose. At the end, they tried to beat him up, but the Dudley Boys came back and saved him and put one of them through the table. I believe it was Diego. And I gave that a C because it was okay, and because Diego got thrown through a table. Also, we did see that next Monday it'll be the Primetime Players taking on the New Day in their rematch, and the winner of that takes on the Dudley Boys. It would be nice to see it be a tables match because then you know the Dudley Boys are gonna win. But to be quite honest, I don't see them winning. I can see New Day cheating their way out, like getting disqualified or whatever like that, so that way they can keep their titles. And then maybe at Hell in a Cell they win, but who knows? Maybe they can drag it out to TLC because then that's when you know we're really gonna want to see the Dudleys put people through tables because obviously they're gonna have a tables match. But you know, whatever. Next we had Miz versus Cesaro, and I gave that match was pretty good. It was getting interesting. You know, Cesaro was getting his pop. You know, Cesaro's section, and then Big Show came out and he tried to chase the Miz because Miz cost him his Intercontinental Championship match last week. Miz got away, so Big Show knocked out Cesaro. So I don't know if Cesaro is now in this feud, so it's another triple threat. But who knows? I mean, Big Show has stated that, you know, he doesn't need to be full-time anymore. He can only be part-time. But the problem is nobody doesn't like him and no one doesn't care if he's here or not. So for that to happen, you know, for him to become a part-timer, no one would care that he left and no one would care that he comes back. Because it's just like, people are chanting at him, please retire. They're like, please retire. Please retire. Please retire. So, you know, it's whatever. Maybe Big Show can somehow get them back on his side someday. I don't know. Maybe after he leaves for a little bit and takes a break. So next thing we have the Bella Bowl. Oh, I'm sorry. Before that, I gave that segment because the Big Show was C-. Alright, so next we had the Bellas boasting, especially Nikki Bella, because in about a week she'll tie AJ Lee's record, and by the end of the night, she'll break it as 296 days. Now, here's my problem with this. I don't think Nikki Bella deserves to break AJ Lee's record. When she first won the title, she was dominant. She looked like a fierce champion, like nobody couldn't beat her. And it was just crazy. I'm like, okay, she's a good Divas champion. And then she hasn't defended the title in a while. I don't remember the last time she has defended it, to be quite honest with you. It's kind of like when Dean Ambrose didn't defend the U.S. title because he was in so many triple threat matches with the Shield on pay-per-views, and you didn't see him defend the title that much in a in a singles match on Raw or SmackDown. So, you know, I really don't think Nikki Bella deserves to break it. I hope Charlotte wins next Monday, and it's nothing personal against her. She's a great diva. And I really hope the rumors aren't true that it's John Cena. Like, come on, let's let her break the record. Come on, Cena. I know you love your girl and all. I know she's your girl, but come on, man. She doesn't have a legitimate reign. I mean, she started off that way, but somewhere down the way, they completely forgot, oh, wait, yeah, she's a Divas champion. Let's have her defend that title. So, you know, I really don't think she deserves to break AJ Lee's record. Someone will break it. But I think it's someone who deserves to break it, like Charlotte maybe, or Sasha Banks. I'll even say Paige, maybe. But I hope Charlotte wins, but I don't really see that happening. Because, you know, there'll probably be some disqualification or something like that. And we're like, oh no, they got away. And then maybe if that does happen, then Stephanie will be like, hold on, Nikki, you're not going to go out like that. You're a fighting champion. So Brie and what's her name? Alicia Fox, you guys are out of here. It's not no disqualification, no count out match. Anything goes, allowing Charlotte to win, but who knows? That's what I'm hoping, but you know. Next we had the main event, which is the Primetime Players and John Cena taking on the New Day and Seth Rollins. Luckily, I'm happy to know that the WWE Universe still loves New Day, because I've been saying since New Day became a tag team that New Day rocks. Because the New Day is awesome. I've been saying that. And I would just like to say that the match was okay. I gave it a C. Basically, it was just to show that Seth Rollins has problems right now. And he can't focus. Because he's not so more worried about Cena. He's more so worried about Sting and his statue. At the end of the match, you know, Sting throws his statue in the garbage can, and not the garbage can, the garbage truck, and it gets crushed. So, you know, his statue is no longer with us. So, you know, it's been destroyed. But, you know, I don't know how the match is going to go. Excuse me. I've been hearing stuff that maybe Rollins will beat Cena and then lose the Sting. And then Sheamus cashes in. And then that's like a triple threat Hell in a Cell match. At Hell in a Cell, but you know, we'll find out. I'm looking forward to Night of Champions just to see what's going on, because they're trying to build up the Triple H Seth Rollins match, which most likely will happen at WrestleMania. But that has been Monday Night Raw. That was pretty much it. I'll give Raw as a whole, I'm going to give it a C+, because it was alright. The Monday Night Raw after SummerSlam was the best one. Since that time, so you know, it's whatever. As for future videos this week, one of them is going to be a couple ones, but I think the one I'm going to do, the next one I'm going to do is should WWE split the brands back up, which will also coincide, because I think I'll have them both in the same video, which will coincide with should they split the world title back up. And I'll give you a little preview of that. Right now, it's like, sorry. I mean, if there was no brands, if there were never two brands, the stars that we know and love today, we would never know. Like, we may know Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, Kevin Owens, because they would probably debut on Raw. But would we know guys like Wade Barrett? Would we know guys like Daniel Bryan? Would we know Ryback? Would we know Dolph Ziggler? Would we know these guys if it wasn't for SmackDown and if it wasn't for them winning the World Heavyweight Championship, which, by the way, is my favorite championship. I should say was. My favorite title was the World Heavyweight Championship. Nothing against the WWE Championship. It's just that, there were like Edge and Christian and Jericho and Undertaker all on SmackDown. And I think 2009 was the best year that I can remember WWE had. I mean, you had DX as the tag team champions. You had Undertaker as the World Heavyweight Champion. I mean, it was awesome. Awesome sauce, as some people say. It was a good time to be a WWE fan, and I can remember some great memorable matches from that year as well. But yeah, that has been my video for today. Expect should the WWE split the brands back up sometime this week. I did say there may be a third video, and I think that one would probably be about Daniel Bryan. Will the WWE ever allow Daniel Bryan to wrestle again? Because Daniel Bryan has stated his doctors say he's ready to come back. But the WWE's like, excuse me. But the WWE's like, yeah, no, you ain't coming back. So, you know what? Here's what I think they should do with that. And I'll give you, since I'm already talking about, I'll give you a preview of this as well. And I know you're like, what, are you crazy? But I think it just makes more sense. Every year at a certain pay-per-view, the WWE Universe is chanting for Daniel Bryan. And if Daniel Bryan is 100% good now, there's absolutely nothing wrong with him. He's good to go. I think that they should have save Daniel Bryan. Keep him out for the rest of the year. Don't say when he's going to return. And then at the Royal Rumble, I want to say halfway through. Maybe number 30. You know what? Let's keep him at number 30 because they're like, although knowing the world we live in today, people will figure it out. Let's keep Bryan at number 30. And then we're like, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're like, who's the last one? And we're like, and everyone's cheering. They're like, yes, 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 yes. Daniel Bryan's back. He's in the Royal Rumble. He's kneeing everybody. He's throwing everybody out the ring. And Daniel Bryan finally wins the Royal Rumble. It's what everyone wanted. Daniel Bryan's in the main event of WrestleMania again. And WrestleMania is going to turn to Yes-O-Mania. Except that won't be in the main event. Because if it's The Undertaker's last match, we're going to want Undertaker to go on last. And not Daniel Bryan. His match can be the second to last match. But Daniel Bryan goes on to WrestleMania, whoever the champion is at that time, whether it be Sheamus or somebody else, it'll be awesome because Daniel Bryan will once again win the title. And like I said earlier, WrestleMania will turn into Yes-O-Mania. And everyone will be yes. And the yes movement will be back and it'll be stronger as it was before Daniel Bryan got injured the first time. And maybe even stronger than that. And everyone going crazy. That is what I would call the best Daniel Bryan comeback. Matter of fact, that's what I would call the best comeback excuse me, of all time. Especially for those Daniel Bryan fans. I mean, Daniel Bryan's not there and people are still doing the yes chant. So it's still in them. It's not as strong as it used to be when it was Daniel Bryan. Matter of fact, when Daniel Bryan comes back every now and then, he does yes, it's still not as strong. But if Daniel Bryan wins the Royal Rumble, everybody's going to be yes. If Daniel Bryan wins the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania, everyone's going to be yes in it. It's going to be like, it's WrestleMania 30 all over again. It's Yes-O-Mania. Daniel Bryan's the champion. Yes, yes, yes. It's going to be all that. Alright guys, so that has been my video for today. I know you can kind of see I started off kind of like, yeah, but then I just got excited because I can't wait to do these other videos, man, because they're just so excited and I can't wait to talk about it. So that's it for today. I'm your boy, Stephen E. I was about to say Stephen J. That's my dad. I'm your boy, Simply Steve, Stephen E. I'm out. Peace.